So it's right now it's 6:12 and it is super cloudy, which I knew it was going to be. We had a chance for rain tonight, and that may change over to snow in the morning, like at 2 a.m. or something. So my hope was that this camp would end up being a winter camp. I'm going to test out the diesel heater and hopefully wake up to snow. It's supposed to get down to 30 tonight, so diesel heater will be handy. But I don't know that it's going to get, I think I'm going to get hot with the diesel heater going. So we'll see how that works. Setting up camp was a blast. It's one of my favorite things to do, is just to set it up. So yeah, first solo camp in Alaska. So that's pretty cool. I'm at Swanson River Road at the Swanson River Landing. Basically, it's at the end of the road. And I guess that's the Swanson River. It's the Swanson River Landing. So that would make sense. I've already seen an eagle, seen a couple other birds, but nothing else. It was raining earlier and it stopped. So that kind of makes sense, because the forecast was that it was going to start raining at like 6. So, you know, they're usually wrong. So, but anyway, yeah, just going to have a chill night. It's going to get super dark. I've got some lights, thanks to Lee and Chad with Overland Addict. They got me a going away present, which was some lights, and I'll show those to you a little later. But they'll help just keep some light around the truck. Yeah, got a little fire going. Gotta say, this feels good. This just feels good. You know, I haven't gotten to do a solo camp this whole time. I've been busy. Every weekend we've got something going on, and even this weekend I feel bad. I wish part of me wishes I'd stayed and hung out with Sarah, because she was gone half the week, or a little bit of the week, I guess. And so I haven't seen her much, but I told her, I said, look, I just got to get out. I got to get out and go do this. That's why I'm here. You know, it's one of the reasons why I thought that this move was going to be amazing. You know, being here in Alaska, going out and camping and doing the things. And I knew coming in that it would probably be at least a couple months before I kind of got my bearings and everything. And it's taking just a little bit longer, but we're there. There's a moose, I think. No, it's just the road. God, for a second I thought there was a moose down there, which would be cool. I'd like to see one walk through, come to camp. Not really looking forward to seeing a bear. I don't really want to do that, but it's November. Most of them, I think, are probably off hiding, sleeping, being lazy, burning off that fat. But I mean, it doesn't get much better than camping in Alaska. And I can't see mountains. I can't see anything. Like, we are socked in. And I really don't. You can't see anything from this road anyway, I don't think. Maybe if you look down the river, you might be able to. I'm so messed up with north, south, east, west here in Alaska. It's got me so weirded out, because the sun doesn't track quite the same. It's lower, you know, like, if that's even south, it's like lower south. And you know, Oklahoma, the roads are all in a grid section. Even the back roads are mainly in a grid section. Jared and I have talked about this. You know, there's not just a ton of winding roads, so you got to find them and all of that. There's some, but that's all that's here. It's all windy roads. None of it makes sense. What they call the roads and how the roads end up, yeah, it's a trip. But I'm enjoying it. Work's going good. Kids are doing great. Hendrix, for as ornery as he is, he's brilliant. He's in first grade and he's reading at a fourth grade level. Well, they've got him in fourth grade classes. Like, let's just talk about it. He's actually reading at a fifth grade level. Quentin's doing great. He's making friends. God. Molly loves coming up here. I get to talk to her. I probably talk to her every day. Miss her, love her. I just think this is a great experience for her to be able to have when she comes up. I mean, what kid gets to do that? None of her friends. So, yeah, just excited for all the things that this will give the kids. All the kids. We got Hendrix in cross-country skiing lessons. We're pretty excited about that. So, we want to do it too. So, but we got him some skis. It's just super chill. Super chill out here. I've acquired a few more things for the camping out here. I got a diesel heater. I've got the the Velvor. I don't know if that's the way you say it. VEVOR. Got the 8 kW. And it's run pretty good. I've tested it a couple times, but nothing more than a couple hours, I guess. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully everything runs fine. I'm not at any altitude to speak of, and it's not crazy cold. I brought my little buddy heater just in case things don't go as well as planned and it gets cold and diesel heater doesn't work and all the things. So I'm prepared. Sarah knows where I'm at, although I don't have cell service, so I didn't get to tell her how far down the road I was, but I'm at the end of it. So just the end of Swanson River Road, and yeah. So I plan on, so just for some of you guys that follow me on a regular, I plan on, and some of you that are my Patreons, I plan on doing more. I've done a little bit more with that lately. I'm trying to do at least a weekly blog with some photographs is my plan to do on there. That's only going to be on there. You're not going to be able to see that anywhere else. And so there's that, and then just some other, kind of behind the scenes things. And then I'm going to just mark the places that I camp. I'm not going to tell you how I get there. And there may be a couple that I just can't share that information. But like this one, it's at the end of Swanson River Road. Just drive down the road, you'll find it. But yeah, so it's just so cool. I'm blessed, I know. I'm lucky, I'm fortunate. And this has just been a crazy journey. And it's going to get even crazier. I'm going to build the camper. So I've talked about that a couple times, and that's probably what'll happen is that'll probably happen over the winter. I don't know that it'll be ready for me to do winter camping. It may be ready like January. So February, I can't commit to it because it's going to cost some money that I frankly don't have right now. So I'm going to scrape together what I can, use some stuff from work, some of their throwaway stuff. I might even be able to, if I don't do, I'd love to do the cedar, but I may just do our siding that we use on our buildings and then frame it, trim it out like we do our buildings. And we'll see. We'll see how I feel about that when we start building it. But the guys are gonna, help when they can, and then I'll get to use the shop there to do the project because it'll be slow. It's funny. It got slow for a while, and then it started picking up again at work. So it was a busy week this week, and makes it look like next week's going to be busier because a lot of people are pretty much ready to pull the trigger and just need to go get their check from their bank and stuff. So yeah, it's just, guys, this is the coolest thing in the world. I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm ready. I've got everything pretty much settled. As long as the diesel heaters go, then winter camping is going to be a blast. Even if I don't have the cabin yet, I still have the rooftop tent, and I'm going to have, so the cabin, for those of you guys that don't know, got a Nissan Frontier. It's got the 5-foot bed, so it's a pain in the butt to try and find really anything for it. And there's a bunch of great options out there. Topo Toppers has some. Blind Man Overland. Alicab just came out with a new version, with a newer Nissan. Who else do I know of that has them? I think Go Fast has them. So like, a lot of canopy campers out there. But they're just a little more than I'm wanting to spend as far as money. And I've got a rooftop tent that I love. This quick pitch tent is amazing. In fact, it's like the demo, like the first demo that came to the United States. Good friends with Hein, and kind of set me up with this. Dude, I still love it to this day. But the idea is going to be to build, basically, using the rooftop tent, a canopy camper. I'm going to cut a hole in the bottom of the rooftop tent, and I'm going to use some plates. I'm going to do the plate thing where I'm going to glue or however some foam to it, and then not carpet it, but put some material over it, and that's the plan. You know, just like the panels for, I guess Go Fast probably. Does Go Fast do the panels? I don't know who does the panels. I do know that it's like Venture to Rome's Ursa Minor. So I want the panels. And so that's what I'm going to do. And then underneath it's going to be wood down into the bed of the truck. And then I'm going to build it out. It's basically going to be a slide in so that I can have better control of the dust and make sure I've got a really good seal. So one of the problems with some of the other toppers out there that are just the toppers, and then you take the tailgate off and they have the door, the fitment has to be just perfect. And then you got to get these big rubber things to go around, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Kind of they're a pain in the ass. So I want to do a slide in whenever I do it. And I'm going to have it go up the frame rails. Of course, the fenders will be cut out and boxed out. And then I'll have it come over the top of the frame rails of the bed. And I don't know if I'm going to have it come out too far or not. You know, I don't, maybe just a little wider than the actual bed. Nothing crazy. And then go up and then angle it a little bit so I've got a little bit of water runoff, because it's going to be wider than where it connects to the rooftop tent, because it's going to be inside. There's some rails inside the rooftop tent, and that's where I'm going to cut it out. So, and then I'm going to do our metal roofing around where it kind of angles. So I've got it all drawn up. I've got it all planned. The reason why I want to do it just a little bit wider is that I'm going to have one bench on one side, and then I'll have like a shelf on the other that comes out just as far as the fender, you know. And then I'll have a walkway right there, so it'll be off center. And in the back I'll have a bench, so it'll be an L-shaped bench. And then I'm going to have a backrest. That backrest is going to be able to fit in that hole where you walk in. And then the bottom could be a bed. And the bottom would be big enough that I could sleep diagonally if I need to. I think that'd be really, really good for winter camping, because I'll be able to close the top, sleep down there, and look, this diesel heater, it may not be an issue. My want is to be able to open up the rooftop tent, have the panels back, like in the front part of the tent, the narrower part, and be able to stand up in the back, and then have the bed and sleep down there when I want to. Now, obviously on warmer nights, when it's warmer outside, being up in the rooftop tent would be great because of the breeze. So yeah, and I'm going to be able to close the tailgate. That's kind of the thing. And I'm going to have 2 doors, so I'm going to have a swinging door kind of thing. I'm going to have 2 doors, a lower door and an upper door, so that if somebody closes the tailgate, I'm not screwed. I can still get out. Rooftop tent, I'd be able to get out anyway, unless they closed it in on me. And then next to the door where the bench goes, so on the outside, I'm going to leave that area open. It's going to be lower than the tailgate, so I'll be able to still close the tailgate and everything will be safe in there. No one will be able to take it. But I'm going to leave that open for now and call it my garage. That'll be probably where I store the diesel heater. That'll be where I put some of the outside stuff. It'd be a great place to be able to put camping chairs and stuff like that. So probably my stove and different things like that. I'm still going to use the inside to put some like the quick pitch boxes that I have. The little plastic, kind of cube kind of boxes that store stuff. I'm still going to use those inside the cabin area, but hopefully I won't need too much because that whole back bench is going to be storage on one side and probably a battery bank at some point on the other side. I'm going to do spray foam. So I'm going to do 2x2 for the construction at the door where the door frame is going to be. I'll probably do 2x4. And then in the back near the cab, I'll do 2x4 on that wall for the strength. And then whenever I connect the rooftop tent to everything, I'm going to do a 2x4 like picture frame, and then seal that and screw it onto the bottom where that hole's going to be, and that's how I'll connect it to the rooftop tent or to the camper. So yeah, I've drawn it out 3 times. I'll probably draw it out a few more times. I feel pretty confident in kind of what I've got right now. But I definitely want to be able to close the bed of the truck. And I want it unique enough looking, but I don't want it to look bad. Like, I don't want it to look like, the hillbillies are rolling down the road. But I want it to catch your eye. So yeah. And then I've been following Timmy with Truck House Life, and if you guys haven't been following this dude, you've got to. He seems like a blast, and he's got this Ford F-350 with a cabin on the back of it. There's no other way to say it, but he's got a cabin on the back of his F-350. And I think it's a 350. I don't think it's the 450. I think it's a 350. It's an 89, I think, with a 3.7. Yeah, I watched the show. But he does all kinds of things, snowmobiles, and does the kayaking and stuff like that. So, and he's in Girdwood, which isn't really that far. So hopefully I'll run into him someday, and if I'm building the thing, then hey, give me some advice. But yeah, I'm going to spray foam. It'll make it strong and it'll make it tight. And so, yeah, I think it's a go. And then I'll do a cedar plank in there, inside that cabin area. But it's starting to get a little darker. I probably need to get the diesel heater running, or at least ready to go. So, you guys, thanks so much for listening. I figured I would just kind of get on here and do a little podcast. This isn't really part of the trip as far as the video that'll be out for it. This is just the podcast version of it. So, first solo camp in Alaska. Yeah. Go all over, guys.